Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fangirlz Assemble. It is now time for the long-awaited book club.
Book club.
So, thanks to some lovely viewers, we got the idea to do like a monthly book club where you choose a book and we review it, and you all can like read along with us because we really do want to be doing more just reviews, just straight reviews of books. It gives us a fun excuse to read stuff, right? And it just gives something fun to talk about. So for this one, Kristan and I picked books for each other.
That's right.
So I recommended that she read Gail Simone's Red Sonja.
Hi, Robin.
Hello.
Special guest.
And she chose Jeff Lemire's Essex County. Robin, you didn't read it. You can't be in this.
I'd say two of our favorites that we forced upon each other.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, you can hear it. I'm so congested. I have a cold. I'm on all the cold meds, so I hope I make sense tonight. Yeah.
I believe in you.
And you know, these books we're talking about, you can get on InStockTrades.com, where they have the best deals. They have the best deals on these books right now. You can go there and get them, and you probably should.
Absolutely, especially because this just got released. The Gail Simone Red Sonja Omnibus.
Omar gave that to you finally, huh?
Yeah, this is mine from Dynamite. Thank you. Again, I know that this looks like a suspense thriller novel cover, but trust me when I say this format is absolutely worth it. It's so huge. Look at that.
Can you show me that spine? I want to see how chunky it is. It's a good spine.
It's pretty chunky.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I had my doubts, but then once I got it in my hands, I was like, yep, this is how it's meant to be.
Nice.
Ugh. So yeah, you should definitely check out InStock Trades. Not only because you have a lot of great options there of books to buy, especially the books that we're talking about tonight, but also because you can get all of your books up to 42% off. If you spend at least $50, you get free shipping, which I'm about to do.
Great. What are you going to get?
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm struggling with it. I'm finally going to buy that Angel Anniversary hardcover because I didn't last time I thought I was going to. And I think I'm going to buy Justice League by Scott Snyder, the new deluxe that's out, because I'm in love with that art. And I've heard really good things, so I think I'm going to jump in on it. But I'm not sure what else.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, there's some good stuff out this week, but you already have Annihilation.
Yep.
But you could currently get that for 50% off. I know people have been waiting for that, so you probably already know.
Now, because who knows when that's going to go out of stock again. There was something else too. The Paradise Kiss, like the 20th anniversary or something, graphic novel just got released too. So that's a manga by the girl who made Nana, which is a really big, popular, ongoing or long-running series. Robin, I swear to God. And that was really beautiful. Robin, you're not in the show.
She can always be in the show.
That's true. So, I guess we can get to it.
Let's do it.
I don't know. You want me to start? You can start. I mean, which book should we start with?
I mean, you know what? I think I'll start.
Okay.
Although I tried to get it up on my iPad, and then I realized, oh, Hoopla already returned my book. So I'm sad about that. But Red Sonja by Gail Simone. There are 3 trades or the omnibus like you just showed, which everybody can get right now. You know, we were just talking about this. Faria, our former co-host, ended up loving this, and you said she would. And, you know, so shout out to Faria.
Since I first read it, I knew, but she was so afraid to read anything more with Gail Simone because she's not a fan of hers. Which is surprising, I still think. And I was like, trust me, you got to read Red Sonja. It got me hooked because I never thought I was going to read Red Sonja. I showed no interest. I saw the cover and I was like, I'm not sure this is made for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read it, and this is the run that I read. I think it was on Comixology.
Which it is on Comixology Unlimited right now.
Yeah.
The first volume is, and Essex County, the full thing is on there. So if you guys haven't read them yet, which I think we're getting into some spoilers though, so just heads up.
Yeah, I think we can try to do non-spoiler stuff first and then kind of give a warning.
Yeah, so here's my general journey, because I feel like...
I'm very curious.
I feel like, I don't know what your prediction is here.
I don't know either. Well, see, I'm very cautious about it.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I want to be fully honest with you about...
I want you to be.
About my journey here, because I feel like I, as well as you and Faria at the time, had my own, like, well, I don't know if this character is going to be for me, which is fine. And I will start out by saying I'm really happy from a feminist perspective that a character like this exists. And I mean, I will say, okay, so the first half of the book, I'm like, I don't know about this. The whole first half, I'm like, I don't even know, because I'll tell you what I learned about her in the first half was she's got a really bad attitude.
Oh yeah.
She, let's see, she obviously smells really bad. Yeah. And by obvious, I mean it's the running gag throughout the whole thing.
I love it.
She smells really bad. And she hates baths. And if anyone tells her to shower, she's like, forget you. Like, I don't need to do this. Everyone's turning down her attempts to sleep with them because she smells so bad.
Which I also love.
which is kind of funny, because it's like, yeah, nobody wants to, like, you need to shower, girl. What are you doing? And she, slaughters people like it's no big thing. And I kept waiting for the backstory of that and why, like, she can do that and she doesn't seem to give a crap, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think this is a spoiler, because it's just like her life, right? But the first thing you learn about her life is when she was a kid, like, her whole village and family was slaughtered by some people, and she's like, I need revenge, right? And even at that moment in time, I'm reading this though, and I'm like, why do I care about her? Like,
yeah,
I didn't. I was just like, I'm trying to connect to this character, right? And they're not giving me a reason to, because even when you learn that, it's so early on.
Yeah.
And you don't, like, I don't know, I didn't feel, I'm so character oriented with what I like. And that's why I love Buffy. That's probably why you love Buffy. That's why a lot of people love Buffy. They're all about that character-driven stuff. And at this point in time, the first half, I'm like, it's just action. It's just slaughter. It's just mayhem. And I feel like I don't know enough about this character to give a crap about what's going on. That's how I felt, right? So, and I'll tell you what, and it's my issue, but I don't love period pieces. So the whole time I'm just like, you guys talk funny, and I don't like it. Like, I mean, that's silly. That's obviously...
No, I mean, a lot of people have that thing. They're like,
I'm just like, oh, I don't, like, maybe eventually I'm going to care. And I'll tell you what, the second half is when I cared more. So what got it for me, and again, I'm going to be more vague. I'm not really going to tell you what happened, but is the side characters more than the main character, honestly.
Well, they really, the way that they all connected felt like an anime, which I loved.
Well, and there's a moment in time, again, I'm not going to ruin it, but she's basically dying, and all of these characters you met throughout all these stories come together to, like, pay tribute to her. And that's when I cared more, because I'm like, okay, she did a lot for all these people. But every story was so standalone that it didn't feel connected to me until that moment. And I'm like, okay, I kind of like this part, right? And I like how they're doing this. And I like that they care about her.
Yeah.
And I like her more when she's letting people into her life. Unfortunately, that doesn't last. And that's what I'll say. It makes me sad about it, because I'm like, okay, but that's the connection I liked, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely some positives within this.
And I will say that after that moment, right, because that's my favorite part, and honestly, I feel like that's when it should have ended.
Yeah, that would have been a great ending. Yeah.
It continues on, and there's this other story that she goes through that really feels unconnected. And I don't know if she just had to fill some issues at the end, or she thought this was going
I wondered about that.
and it didn't, or what was going on. But everyone, including and I love this story, but that ending one, I'm I don't need. I think it should have ended at that moment and that last chapter with that arc, because that was a perfect close for it.
Yeah, I agree, because it would have been like, you know, we always say that ending can make or break it, and it kept going too long, because like I said, that second half I was like, oh, I care more about this now because of what's happening and all these characters coming together, and then it kept going, and I'm like, wait, is that how they're always going to end? Where like she's like, forget everyone, I don't care about anyone, and I'm like, no, but you were just opening yourself to this, right? And that made you more interesting to me, you know?
Yeah.
So that was kind of a bummer.
Well, at least you're not alone in that. I think everyone feels pretty similar about that last story.
It makes me wonder, like, was it part? Well, I guess it was part of the run, right? Because it was the later issues.
I just don't.
Because I wondered if it was like a standalone and they just threw it into the mix or something.
I mean, I don't guess so, unless it happened to be like an annual for some reason. But
or it was like setting up the next run. Like, I assume you've read after this.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, because the next run is unless I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's Amy Chu's. It didn't feel totally connected though.
Weird.
That could be a Dynamite problem.
Well, yeah.
Because if you only have these people, it doesn't feel like there's like a main canon all the time with Red Sonja. At least from what I've read, I can't speak for all. I haven't read all of it, you know, but it didn't seem completely connected. But then I guess in some cases it is, because I also read Red Sonja Conan, but that's by Gail Simone, so she did bring another character from this run into that. But that's probably because it's the same author.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of my journey with it. I definitely thought the second half was better, except the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I did enjoy those side characters. And again, I felt like I cared more about her when she had all of these people that she acknowledged that she also cared about in her life, you know? Which maybe that's the journey, right? Maybe I just felt it with how it's supposed to be. I don't know.
I mean, honestly, those are my favorite parts about her is the human moments. Especially, there's a few different moments that really got me in Red Sonja. And when she's collecting all those people, this is spoiler adjacent, but not completely. And she meets this courtesan character, basically. This sex worker woman. And when they have this talk about like femininity, and she sees her and she's so enamored with her, Red Sonja is like, this woman is so beautiful. And then there's a moment, kind of a few different exchanges, one where she kind of makes her up, right? And she's like, I could never be like this. I was never given this opportunity, you know? But then they both have a discussion where they both respect each other despite what each other does, you know? And discusses how they could have, if something had been different either of their lives, they would have been in the other direction. And I really like that one. And then I also really appreciated, I really like that dancer character.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's great.
Yeah, they flipped that trope around, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
And he was like posing in every shot. He was fun.
I love him. So, I don't know. She really hit a chord with me completely. But, I can't even tell you why. I really like characters like that. I like settings like that. I like fantasy settings. I like old period pieces. I like that, like, you could put her right in D&D and she fits, you know?
Totally.
Also,
well, and I feel like that's something I'm open to, but again, it's just like, I want to be able to connect these characters, which eventually I did. But it's like when she was just like a killing machine, I was just like, why do I care that you're killing all these people? Like, I don't know.
I think that's fair. Hayden, I agree. We do stand by Queen. I also loved that. I was not expecting that at all. And I was not expecting for her to be almost this, so casual about sex, which I thought was really interesting, and not in a way that's demeaning to other people. Because if you notice, like, usually guys like if this were a male character and like action adventure, usually they do have a lot of sex, but it always feels more a demeaning thing
Yeah, this was very like primitive, like
Yeah,
animalistic. Yeah, just like this is what I need. The end.
yeah. Like remind me of like a Viking woman or something. She's like, whatever.
Yeah,
And she still respects all these people. And when she's laying with that guy, she's like, "Hey, we're cold. It's night. It's just you and me.
yeah.
Why
He's
don't we
like, you smell bad. Too
And
bad.
she's like, "No." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that."
Yeah, they flipped that too, which I appreciate. You know,
Yeah.
because that would have happened the opposite way too.
Yeah, and I love that because you would have not expected that with a Dynamite book and any other like Dynamite lady. It feels like
Yeah,
that would have been a situation.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
She's I just love it. People are like, "No, God."
Like get away from me. That was I like that running gag. That was a good gag. I will say with the woman, I can't with the hair, the white hair.
Yeah,
I can't think of her name. I got so thrown off when they kept calling each other sister. I was like, wait, like because when you didn't really know who she was at first, I'm like,
yeah.
are they sisters? Like I was so confused. And then all the women in the whole story call each other sister, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, you guys are just cool with each other.
Yeah.
So that character is actually in the Conan Red Sonja book too, which is interesting because I don't see a lot of other repeating characters. Because in Amy Chu's run, Red Sonja is like in the future. Whatever.
Do you see?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say pull up Matthew's comment because I have some things to say about that. If you see it,
This one.
mm-hmm. So I'll say I think there's only one issue where she had that bikini on, because in this run they gave her more armor.
Oh yeah, she changes outfits a lot. And yeah, that was one of the things originally, because I had that bias going in, which I don't like to say about me, but
Sure.
like,
well, and I say in
saw that
general,
in the cover, I was like, it's probably not
Yeah.
for me. And I obviously don't agree now because I have a very expensive statue of her in a female bikini on my
gotta
show.
say, my whole my thoughts about that was just like, you're killing people with a sword. You need more armor. Like it was like, that's how I've always been like, that is ridiculous just because you need to cover your stomach because you can get swords in it, right? Which they kind of addressed in this and did put her in more armor, which makes sense. So it's not entirely the whole thing. Although I think the one time she was in the bikini, it was like snowing and she was in the woods, and I'm like, girl, it's cold. Like, and the metal must be real cold on you. Like,
yeah. See, but I also, to me, I don't care either way. I love how cool she is, and I really appreciate that. Despite like, let's compare this to some like Vampirella stuff, right? Like when Red Sonja is drawn in this, she a lot of times she has a lot of skin like showing, but she's not drawn in like a demeaning way at any point. All of her poses throughout this book are strong. Like they're regular poses that she would be in, sometimes unattractive poses. Like I really appreciate that. And she owns it. She owns her her body and sexuality. And I just think she's really cool. I love her so much. Like
I just do appreciate
it from a book. You would have seen like her nipples somehow for no reason.
That's true.
And her butt would have been out. And
at least from a practical standpoint, though, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense that you actually covered your stomach because you're fighting a lot of people to the death.
Yeah. My girl's just too good, But see, hey, that's equal representation right there.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Hayden said that he got a Xena vibe from her, and I agree.
Yeah, I can see that.
It definitely made me want to go read and watch Xena again. All those remarkable people travel great distance to show their love, share their grief, and be with those touched by Sonja. Yeah.
That was the best part. Yeah,
I was bawling when I got to
I mean, that was 100% the best part.
I was just like, but yeah, it's hard, right? Because I would have appreciated this to continue with those characters. I want like an anime situation.
It would I would have enjoyed it more if like that wasn't the end of that, because it's like, well, she realizes that all these people care about her and they came back for her, and the wizard guy toward the end too, I really liked him. Her like sidekick guy. I can't think of anyone's name. Sorry, but
No, it's fine.
yeah, I mean, because the dynamic between her and those characters, and then the fact that they came back for her. Yeah, let's continue on with this. Let's make a whole other like 10-issue run with these characters.
They would have.
That's what they should have done.
River, definitely check out. If you like Conan, I think you'll like Red Sonja. Honestly, I think more people should dig into Red Sonja. There's some very good stuff out there, and everything I've read so far, I've enjoyed, and that's a pretty big deal. And I granted, I have a bias, I think, since I got super obsessed after reading Gail Simone's Red Sonja, but I keep buying more and more Red Sonja books, and I like her in every one of them. I can't say the same about other Dynamite women. I've read one Vampirella run that I like, and everything else I'm a little halfway on. Like, they're okay, right? But Red Sonja throughout I've really enjoyed, including like older Dynamite stuff like She-Devil with a Sword, that series. Kenneth, honestly, I would recommend starting with Gail Simone's Red Sonja. That's my recommendation to everyone. If you want to get into Red Sonja and you want to get something that's going to hook you, it's going to be this one. We love good characters, but all characters have flaws. Sonja has flaws. One of them is her penchant for killing with a refreshing nonchalance. Yeah. It's whatever. Redhead and the blonde calling each other sister but end up being lovers. I bet they do that in Black Widow. I don't know. Do you think they're going to let Black Widow be?
I mean, it would make it better, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. Marvel doesn't have the best track record with that.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, when they couldn't even get us the one.
Yeah, right?
I know they're going to fix it in Thor.
We'll see.
Just give us a ship we all want, which is Captain Marvel and Valkyrie.
Yeah, right? I mean, even they want it.
Yeah. I'm surprised Dynamite hasn't done a Red Sonja and Xena crossover, but did do an Archie one. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that is
honestly
surprising.
I don't really like the Archie crossover. Did I buy the covers because Red Sonja is a football player? Absolutely. Does it mean it's good? No.
Not at all.
No.
Some universes shouldn't cross over.
No, exactly. Kenneth says that he likes most artists who draw female characters like George Perez, but Frank Cho's art turns me off. It's a bit too chunky and huge for my taste. I disagree. That's what I like. But again, for me, it's so refreshing to see. Now, Frank Cho is not without his problems. Okay, do I support him as a person? No. Do I still buy a Red Sonja art print from him at C2E2 and then pretend to hide it from Faria? Yes. That being said, I appreciate when a woman can be drawn differently. Very, very much so. And
we need more of that, yeah.
Yeah, the way he draws Red Sonja and the way some artists do, she packs a lot of muscle. Granted, not always practical muscle, but a lot of muscle and a lot of thickness. And that's refreshing to see. Because even you look in like Marvel and DC and some of these women, like it'd be more refreshing that they weren't all draw the same. Elliot and I talk about this all the time. The women and men, like they're all drawn the same way, their bodies, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. Their muscles and their makeup should be different.
Yeah, because everyone's different.
Right. Green Arrow should be leaner.
Yeah.
Because he's moving around a lot. Superman, sure, have all the muscle, right? Batman, maybe more of like a tank situation. Can you be like tough?
Yeah.
And the Flash, well, they do good with the Flash. Flash is usually skinny. But like Green Lantern, those guys don't have to work out. They got a ring. And Hayden said, Dynamite's Elvira is so ridiculous that's good. I'm glad to hear that because I love Elvira. I'll totally pick it up with your recommendation. Okay. So.
Yep.
Let's get to Essex County then.
Okay. I will say one other thing. This has nothing to do with much. When I guess this is a spoiler. Well, I won't really tell you what happens, but the stuff with her hands, girl, that was awful. I felt that in my bones. I didn't like that. I
It's
mean, that was the
brutal.
point, but I was like, ooh, this is brutal.
Yeah, I mean, like people back like home, like if you haven't read Red Sonja, like it's intense. The violence can be intense. There's a lot that goes on.
They
It's
show
very
a lot.
brutal.
Yeah.
So if you like that, I recommend it. Like just be prepared for what you're walking into.
Yeah.
You know, Red Sonja can roam with the best of them. You know, and she's from a kind of a, I would say, a Viking adjacent sort of tribe situation.
She could definitely take a lot.
Oh yeah, and she
I don't
kill a bunch.
I don't know how she survived that. I'm not sure how realistic that really is, but it hurt. It hurt to look at.
It's you know, it's fantasy adjacent.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was scrolling through here and I was like, scrolling. I didn't recognize this bit at the end. I was very confused when her hair was cut short. I was like, what is this? I don't like that. All right. So our other pick is Essex County. That is Kristan's recommendation.
Me.
Yeah.
You know, before you start talking about it, you want me to show my Essex County stuff?
Please.
All right, so I have the fancy slipcover hardcover edition. That was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
I love a slipcover.
Oh my gosh, and it's gorgeous for those who haven't seen it. Oh, look at how cute it is. Let's see. And there's a little signed page inside. Adorable. So I had to have this, obviously, the moment it came out. Because it's my favorite ever. If you guys don't know, I do have a tattoo on my arm of this crow that's throughout it. And I have to show this. I have a page, like an original page from the story. Reed got me this a few years ago. I think it was a Christmas present. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. It's real. I got a glare. I apologize. That's just my computer. But I love it. So I really like the story, apparently. That's my story. Go on.
No, I love it. So, spoiler, I really liked it.
Yay.
And so this is my second Jeff Lemire book. The first one I read, I'll always forget the name of, but you'll remember.
Old Dogs.
Old Dogs, yeah. Which is one of his old ones, I guess.
Yeah, like one of his first ever. Yeah.
I love his art.
Thank you.
I love it. I really do. It's rough. I mean, like it feels very folksy. It's very rough. And I was telling Kristan before the show today that like, I really like that. It kind of reminds me of home. So we're from Kentucky. Well, I'm from Kentucky.
I live here.
We both live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, even though I spent part of my life trying to run away from the South, right? I've grown I have a growing appreciation for it, and this just reminded me of home. It just felt like a lot of like Southern media, right? Like I was telling her, like it made me want to reread like Of Mice and Men and like watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou, like those kind of like rural 19
like feel good stuff. Yeah.
I like it a lot. And so this one, it's separated like what, 3 or 4 stories?
Different story. Yeah, I think it's 3.
I think it's 3, yeah. That are connecting with a couple extra stories at the end, I guess, that are semi-related, but that all connect in like these different. It's you kind of figuring out how all these different people kind of connect throughout each story. Because I wasn't expecting that. Because when the first story ended, I was like, oh, so it's going to be like this then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of these anthology books is what I expected. And then when it started to connect, I was like, oh, wait.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. But I love it. I loved how each one ended. The first one reminded me of it kind of reminded me of Motor Girl.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because at the end, I was like, is what he's saying like real? Or
yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
But I loved it. It was so human. Like you dealt with some real human problems and emotions, and you would think looking at his art that it would not be the kind of media that could accurately express that, but he really does. he has a great job of dealing with, mourning and like, yeah, here we go. Lemire's art is emotionally true in an extremely raw and visceral way. I love it. Very well said, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Very well said. Because
that's exactly it.
Man, the things that they go through, it's palpable.
Yeah, I'm glad you felt that, because so many people say that his art, you either love it or hate it, which is kind of true. I see a lot of people hating it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I get that it's different, but that's why it's so good. You know? Yeah.
Well, these characters aren't pretty.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, that's great too, because not all characters have to be pretty.
No, I love the way he draws like big men, like noses. I love it. I really do. Like,
yeah, he's someone who's good at like drawing different kinds of people. Like, he really depicts. They all don't look the same, Yeah.
Which helped to kind of help me pick them out. And there's a lot of twists and turns in this one too, which I really dug. Like, a few of them I guessed, but it felt really good when I did. I was like, oh yeah, I got it.
Nailed it.
I want to have more to say about it. Besides, I think it's really good.
Well, it's one of those things like we could have a spoilery discussion about this, but if you guys haven't read it, like, you just need to jump in. And I'd hate to ruin the things that we could spoil about it.
Oh, absolutely.
If you haven't experienced it. Because it is one of those things, especially when you don't know they're even connected, which I guess we're telling you that,
no,
but
spoiled it.
But I mean, you're like, oh, because I went into it too, like, many years ago, having no idea that the stories were going to connect. And then, you keep seeing that crow too, and you're like, wait a second, like, which is, I don't know. I thought that was so beautifully done. And I felt for every character in it. And I wanted them all to, like, be alive and succeed. And, it's just one of those things. Like, it is my all-time favorite. It stays with you.
Yeah.
I've loved so many things he's done since then, but I feel like my heart always goes back to this one, because I'm like, that one hurt me a little, right? Like, it stays with you in a good way.
Oh man, I just love it. And as someone who's been through a lot of like loss in my life, like, he does a very good job of showing that and showing what that feels like. And these people that live lives of regret, because they all make mistakes, and sometimes even similar to like people before them, and I just really, really dug it. It's all free on Comixology. You can read the whole thing. It, when I saw the page count, I was like, oh no, okay, I should spend more time. But it's a very quick read.
Yeah,
honestly,
and not even in like you want to kind of digest it. Yeah, but yeah, he has a way to, like, he tells you just as much of the story as like you need to know. Like, you're not overwhelmed with walls of text or anything like that.
No.
Like, you get it all within it. And yeah, because this is pretty chunky, but it is a pretty quick read. Like, you're not dealing with, I mean, if you guys have seen it, it's not like crazy amount of, text per page. It's pretty average, really, but the story flows along, and it never felt like it was it wasn't rushed, but it wasn't taking its time either. It just felt right.
Yeah, and I took my time reading it, even just because there is a lot to take in, and the art's really worth looking at. And man, that's a good job. Such a good job with emotions, and and good job illustrating hockey games. Good job on that too.
People always make fun of him for the hockey thing, but I'm like, this is set in Canada, guys. Like, what do you want? Oh, are you knocking over stuff?
Almost, yeah. Whoops.
Uh-oh. You need to secure that with an anchor.
I know, I'm so scared. Oh. Yeah, she was going to play Red Sonja. Now, who knows?
Oh, funny. Hey, she would be even better at that now.
I haven't seen her lately. What's she doing?
Well, she started she didn't start the Me Too movement, but she came out and she wrote a book and shaved her head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, like she has that like, oh, I'm a badass like vibe now.
Oh, Rose. Oh, thanks. Is this hurt in a poon poon way? It's different.
No, not at all.
It's very different.
I feel like that one will hurt you. Yeah, this isn't at all like that kind of pain.
Yeah, Larry said it's very lifelike. Guilt, resentment, heartbreak, sadness, and pain, all interspersed with moments of joy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just such real life. You know, no one has it perfect in this book. And he also does a good job of wrapping up stories without, like, completely wrapping it up, if that makes sense. You know, you don't have a point where you're like, okay, everything's good now. I feel better. It's more just like, okay, it's closed yet open-ended.
It's
like,
real life again. Yeah. Like it feels like you're like, oh, these characters are real because this would happen.
Oh yeah. I loved it.
So that's the thing, guys. Go pick up these books. Two completely different. I feel like we had some similar like experiences with them though, somewhat, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep not being able to.
No, you're fine.
Because it's the humanity of Essex County that I think we all love.
Yeah.
And whenever I felt like Red Sonja finally was showing that humanity that I knew she had somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Which she obviously buries and doesn't want to deal with.
Oh yeah.
That's the best part of that, right? And it's all those characters connecting, which is what the whole Essex County book is, right? That's what I love. So really, I think Gail Simone just needs to come back and continue with that group of characters.
I would love for her to. Because, I mean, this really did something to me. I guess I'm always drawn to characters like that. Like, I don't know, female warrior women that are tough, but still like, softly. They're not caricatures. You know what I mean? Because it would have been easier just to leave her that way.
Oh, yeah. Well, so many with Vampirella did, right?
Yeah, exactly. But she's softer still. You know, she does have a lot of complex emotions, and she's not typical because she doesn't really understand herself or how to deal with things, but she still genuinely cares about people. I love her.
And I think that was the big thing when it was finally shown that she genuinely cares about people. Like, I'm not sure that like I really knew that in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe she didn't either, and that was the point. That's why that second half, I'm like, okay, yeah, like these, yeah. I don't keep saying the same thing, but you know, that's how I felt.
I love that arc. I love her, and now I have like a dedicated shelf, well, 2 shelves to her.
Just don't knock her over again.
Yeah, I did drop her. God, she's so expensive. Only for her. I remember watching a video of that figure for like 2 months. I would just keep watching the same video, just like.
That's how you know you should get something. I've been there, where you're just like, oh, I can't stop thinking about this thing.
I couldn't. I was like, I've got to have it. And then Elliot bought her for me for Christmas last year.
So nice.
Yeah, and he's like, this is your Christmas and birthday. I was like, that's fine. I'm okay with this. And now I don't have room for any more figures her size. Same as this Wonder Woman back here, which is good. So my wallet is safe.
It's for the best, right?
Yeah, we're good. So I guess we can go ahead and talk about, we want to choose what our next book club book is going to be, as well as what our book of the month is going to be, and those could be the same thing.
Yeah, so we wanted to reach out to you guys. Specifically, I think we want to make it something that comes out in December.
Yeah.
So this could be something we both maybe haven't read. I guess it doesn't have to be. Although if it's coming out, we probably haven't read it. But if you guys have any suggestions, the book of the month thing, we do go to IST. We can get an additional discount for you guys, and it will be for a whole week. So if you know anything coming out in December that you're like, oh, hey, you guys should do this, let us know.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through it now. Oh, yeah, Isola Volume 2 is coming out. I remember really liking that Volume 1.
Yeah, people keep talking about that. I haven't read it yet.
I really liked it. Do I own it? I must. How'd I read it?
Wait, I think you got that from the library, didn't you?
Oh, that could be it.
Because I feel like I remember seeing that when you talked about library things.
Sorry, guys. I'm just awkwardly scrolling through the upcoming releases so we can talk about... Ooh, Female Furies comes out on the 18th. I wonder if that's going to be any good. That's, it's Big Barda and Friends.
Oh, okay.
Angel comes out in December here in the UK. Does that count? It could.
Yeah.
I keep going back to Maddie's room to a video for that Wonder Woman figure. Does that mean I should buy it?
Yes.
It is beautiful. I don't even know if they still are selling that one. It's on Sideshow. I did a payment plan for that one because I had to have it. Al Denver recommends Witch Hat Atelier or Beastars.
I mean, I'm loving Witch Hat. I only read the first volume, but it was great.
I've been very tempted to go ahead and buy like all of the graphic novels for it.
Yeah, there's only 3 out right now, so it's attainable.
I really like to. And I would like to read Beastars. Everyone keeps saying, like, why haven't you read this yet?
Yeah, I'm hearing it so much.
So, I mean, those are a couple of good options.
Yeah, those are good options.
We also have the Junji Ito book, No Longer Human, coming out.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that one. One, I'll read anything he does, obviously. But that's based on a Japanese novel that I read the previous manga adaptation of, and I absolutely despised it. Like,
really?
With a passion. So, I'm curious if I'm going to like his retelling of it. Like, maybe it was just the person. I don't know.
It could be.
Oof, it was not my favorite.
Yeah, Derek said No Longer Human by Ito.
Yeah.
Good pick. Also, Saint Young Men, the first graphic novel, comes out this month too. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's the one with Jesus and Buddha.
Oh, I have heard of that. Yeah.
They're brought to the 20th century. I don't know.
Is that an image book or what is that?
It's Kodansha.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else. Okay, but yeah, I think I've heard of that too. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they were in a bunch of like, I always see like clips of memes because it's an anime already or like an anime movie or something. It looks really good.
These are all good options.
But yeah,
well, if you guys are watching this later, leave a comment. We appreciate your comments right now, and we will take those into consideration. We'll make a decision soon.
Yeah. I will say that I'm leaning towards Junji Ito or Witch Hat Atelier just because I want Witch Hat Atelier.
I'm in. And I want a discount on Ito because, guys, that doesn't usually happen. You know, like IST has like, I think it's 25% off.
Yeah.
And we can get
most manga.
Yeah, we can get up to like 15% more for you guys for the week. So that could be cool.
Yeah. And we can also choose a different book for our book club than what.
Yeah.
And we can still review whatever our pick of the month is and then do our book club on something else. So if you guys have any just like book club recommendations.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I think in January, we should do Buffy season 11 library edition.
I think let's go for it.
Girl.
Let's start our Buffy.
Yeah, we could start it with that.
Oh yeah, let's start a Buffy read-along in January. Yeah. Just go ahead and pick, I don't know, a season a month or something.
Yeah, well, we should map it out.
We should map it out.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, though. Start January.
Yeah. Everybody can read along, and we can just slowly figure out together, inevitably, what we're missing.
Yeah, right. We'll find something.
All the time, my friends
find
are like,
that I have like 7 of the same thing. That's what I'm going to find out.
Everyone's like, I thought you were done. I was like, well, I thought I was done too. Guess not.
But now there's some random trait I don't have. Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of space on these 2 shelves.
Well, the good news is they are reprinting all that stuff. It's just going to take a while.
Well, I'm just going to double dip all of this.
I know. I'm going to do the same thing.
News here.
100%.
Pissed.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Doing just the seasons or all the canon comics?
That's a good question.
For me, I feel like the only ones I want to read. I mean, not that I wouldn't read the others, but like if I was going to do a read along, it would be whatever happens after the show ends.
Which is the seasons, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and not just the seasons, but also Angel After the Fall.
Mm-hmm.
For better or worse.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Like I feel like that's owed a read.
I feel like we could do that for sure. And we could consider if you are getting the legacy editions.
I already have it.
No, I mean the Buffy ones, but yeah, like
I'm gonna get those too.
same. So we could do the seasons, and then when the legacies come out, we could review the legacies too, which is the really old stuff.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier.
That'd be fine with that. So maybe we'll have to map it out because in my mind I think, okay, if we're starting out like that in January, we should read Angel After the Fall and then Angel the End, and then go into Buffy season 8 the month after.
That makes sense.
Because that's how it works in my head. And then we can go. I mean, I don't know if we want to read Buffy and Angel in Faith season 9 all in 1 month, but I could do it. It's doable. Yeah,
I'm with you. We'll make it happen. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we should definitely map it out because yikes, like
Lord, yeah,
we could lose that really easily.
Yeah, because with Angel After the Fall, we also have to do Spike.
Yeah, there's not like tons of that, but yeah, that's not too bad.
And then since you double dipped on all of that, you can show everybody.
Here are your options.
Here, you can have Angel the End in 1 hardcover, or you can have it in 3 different hardcovers.
And my stupid self, I'm like, I'm just keeping them all. Like, I'm gonna.
Well, at this point, they're out of print. Just keep them.
Yeah,
and they're beautiful.
Mine. Yeah,
that's the one thing. Nice. At least all of those were in nice hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find Angel After the Fall in hardcover just anywhere now.
I mean, every Half Price books I've ever walked into, they're there.
They all have them. I don't know what. Well, honestly, that was the beginning of my downfall. Can I just say that? Because we were buying all the library editions too. When I found that, I was like, well, what else am I missing? And then this whole crazy obsession with collecting all of the Buffyverse comics happened. And I didn't ask for this.
I get it.
It's rude. But yeah, I guess if nobody else has any ideas for December, January book club, I guess we can think of some options.
Yeah, definitely.
Read, Wade's Superman.
I mean, that's a thing we could do. Derek is saying, for someone who never read Buffyverse, which one do I start with? Yeah, that'd be Buffy season 8. For sure.
Have you watched Buffy, Derek?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've read the show, because it is a continuation of the show. Read the show. If you've watched the show. Or read it.
Yeah, if you've never done anything Buffy, watch the show first.
Yeah, go do that right now. What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
There's only 7 seasons. It's fine.
It's fine.
You can do that.
Oh, some episodes, he says. Yeah, I would. Here's my recommendations for you, Derek, because honestly, it's. I would not recommend it to somebody who hasn't watched all of it.
Not even. I would. Well, you could jump into the Boom reboot, but like, why? So I would just be like, go watch the show. Like,
if you have no interest in watching the show, then just read the new stuff by Boom.
Mm-hmm.
But please watch the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you start liking the Boom and you go back, you're like, wait, these characters are totally different.
I think Buffy's on Netflix, right? Or is it not anymore?
Lexa checked. I thought it was.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's definitely on Hulu now, though. So maybe it's not.
Let me see. Why doesn't the internet immediately tell me? Okay, yeah, it's on Hulu right now, so that's where you can watch it.
And you should.
I think you can watch it for free on Facebook too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a weird Facebook thing. Angel's on Hulu too, so if that's a thing you want to watch.
Hayden says that we can't read along Illyria.
Well, you know what though?
Isn't it on Comixology?
I was going to say, I think the good news is, if anyone wants to read with us, a lot of this stuff is on Comixology Unlimited. Like, so much.
I just have to be extra. And it's still there in my store for like $100. You can read all of Illyria on Comixology for $3.19.
Hey. Cool with me. That's way more affordable than $100, isn't it?
Yeah. Buy the DVD so you don't get that god-awful HD remaster.
I mean, I watched it, and I those DVDs though, I have the big like fat packs that like fold out.
Yeah.
From forever ago.
Oh man, that's how I first watched it.
Yeah, that's how I first watched it.
Where my Buffy Blu-rays, they're so long overdue. Do they not have it on Blu-ray?
No, I don't think it's ever going to happen.
When do we get
it's going to cost it. Yeah, it's sad.
I ordered all the Jeff Johns Green Lantern Omnis at Black Friday. Nice. Pretty sure that's going to be my December, January reading. Probably February, March too. Nice. I've only read minimal amount of Green Lantern. But I like what I've read. Ooh, I got new books. Oh, just 3. You want to see them?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're all from the same thing, but this guy was selling them on the group.
Oh, yeah.
Delivery service.
Ooh, we could review that. Not that there's much to say, I guess, though. Like, it's just like, yeah, definitely. Hey, yeah. Wait, you got to get the 4th volume now.
I know. I'm so excited. I was reading these. I remember getting them at Books A Million back in the day. And then I was young, so I didn't have the money to buy all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were out of print as an adult, and I was like, what? And then there were these, but they were discontinued, right? But finally they're being continued. I can finally live my dream, young Maddie's dream, of owning all of them. Elliot was like, haven't you already started collecting them? I was like, no, they're just singles by themselves. This is better.
It is better. Because, like, I don't know how to describe that paper.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, they're so nice. The covers feel like recycled material or something. Oh, yeah. And the thing is, those are so chunky and they're short, so they're kind of small. But when you open them, there's no creases on the spine. Like, I don't know what it's made of, but it's very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful. I love the style of this manga. I will say, people at home, this is not for the light of heart. Or, like...
Yeah. No, it's not.
This is explicit.
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy. This is, like, Japanese sexualized horror. I mean, it's a lot. I love it.
There's a lot of cutting off limbs and stuff.
Oh, yeah. People are looking into that.
But March is when the 5th volume comes out.
Oh, sweet. Good. I'll keep up with it. DeClutch says, let's read Injustice. I'll actually be reading Injustice on my other channel pretty soon. We're getting the omnibus. And I'm really excited because I love the video game. Baby Yoda Omni 2020. Are you watching Baby Yoda yet?
I haven't yet.
Baby Yoda? It's not the show.
No, it's definitely called Baby Yoda.
Okay, listen.
That's what I call it.
So we know on this channel, I've been open about it, that I'm not a big Star Wars fan, right? I've even yet to see Empire. I know. Everybody's gonna come at me for it. I would like to. I just haven't seen it yet. But I've watched all of Mandalorian so far. I'm obsessed. I knew within 5 minutes that I was going to love this show. And it's not just because of Baby Yoda, okay? I love Mandalorian. I love this show. It's so well done.
That's what I hear.
Oh my God. I'm a Star Wars fan. I downloaded Knights of the Old Republic, that old video game, 2 days ago too. Like, I'm ready. I want to read Star Wars.
I want to read
Darth Vader. I want to read all the other stuff. I'm obsessed. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Sure you will.
And let me tell you.
You got to read this together. Come on.
Yes, I want to.
Let's do it.
Okay. But I do have to warn you that anytime Baby Yoda isn't on screen, you're just going to be very stressed. I just live my life stressed and worried about Baby Yoda.
We must protect him.
How dare you?
Stop it. Yeah.
Leave that shit out of here, please.
We don't like your negativity.
El Denver says it's a cross between Lone Wolf and Cub and the A-Team. Yeah, actually, I was talking with Omar last night, and he also likened it to Lone Wolf and Cub.
A lot of people have been, yeah.
Hayden said, I'm not even a video game fan, but I want that new one just for Cameron Monaghan. Right? You would love him, Kristan.
Okay.
He's on Shameless. Hayden and I have a shared love for him.
I see.
You haven't watched Empire? I know. I've seen every Star Wars movie except for Episode 5, Episode 6. How? I don't know.
Yeah, you're missing out.
Well, I used to hide it because I didn't have. It's like losing nerd cred, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mention it.
It's like shame you held with you. Yeah.
That and like I never played a Zelda game until recently. So my two biggest things were like, don't tell people you haven't played, like actually watched Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you haven't played Zelda.
But hey, you're gonna fix those.
I'm gonna fix that.
You've already fixed what?
I played Zelda.
Yeah.
I did watch other Star Wars. But I just saw Episode 4 like earlier this year. The first time.
I mean, and that's the worst one of the original trilogy.
That's
so
yeah, everybody says Empire's the best one. So they're all like,
yeah, everyone says that, but Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it because of the Ewoks?
No, I do like Ewoks, but it's because of other things that you may not even know about. So I won't spoil it for you. I won't spoil this old movie everyone's seen for you.
Okay. Hayden says on Disney Plus, Maddie has zero excuses now.
Yeah,
I know.
that's true.
Although, when am I going to watch that? When I have to watch Alley Cat Strike?
I know.
Break.
Motocross. Go on.
The gayest movie on Disney.
Yeah, for sure. Xenon. Come on. Like,
Xenon. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Make my heart go
boom, boom.
My supernova girl. Yeah.
Kristan, come stay over for a weekend. Let's just watch it.
Oh my gosh. Protozoa. Like, the galaxy is ours.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we have to do the Smart House dance.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh man, I should remember how
Smart
that
House.
goes. 1 second.
Make Elliot do it. I can just see you mouthing, screaming, yeah, Elliot. It's great.
I want him to sing the Smart House song at me.
Yeah.
But he's not listening. What the fuck?
That's too bad.
Can't get married now.
I know. He should be watching. What's the deal?
Yeah, usually. Where's him and Reed? Come on.
I know. Well, Reed's working. He has an excuse.
Oh, well. All right. Well, it looks like it's time. Thank you all for joining us. I'm not sure when the next show will be. If it'll be Sunday.
It should be Sunday.
All right, cool. I'm
Let's
free.
hope.
I will be here.
Yeah.
I'll be available.
Good. I should be. You never know anymore. But I should be.
Well, hopefully they'll fix that for you soon.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Good discussion. If you haven't read the books we talked about, you can go to instocktrades.com, get Essex County, get Gail Simone's Red Sonja, get all the Star Wars comics, get all the Buffy things. You can get it all at InStock Trades, and you're going to get a good discount. You're going to get amazing shipping. I mean, guys, I ordered some stuff from other places on Black Friday, and that shipping was atrocious, especially compared to InStock Trades. They've just ruined it all for me, which is great.
Right.
So they're definitely worth it. You don't have to worry about your books being all messed up.
Yeah.
It's great. So go there if you haven't. Even if you have, go there again. Buy the books. They're the best.
Hated what?
Really? Okay, tell us what episode. Now we have to wait. Like, we can Google it, I guess. We can Google it.
You always
know
wait
what?
the end.
I remember seeing that guy pop up on other things, though. So, like, he did continue his career after Protozoa.
We'll look it up.
Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Maybe I'm remembering him pop up on Doctor Who, and I was
Maybe.
just like, wait, I know this guy.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you soon. Have a good night.